yo.
You're in the mix.
The world's finest, man. DJ.
We're doing it live, and we're doing it real on YouTube. It's the What's the Real Deal radio show every Friday night weekly.
Oh my God. Shut the front door.
What?
If you're weak-minded or sensitive, you might get your feelings hurt in here. Jump up game with the fam. And remember to like, share, and subscribe.
What's good, people? What's good, people? Big Rich from the Big Rich Live on the Mic Radio Show here on YouTube. Welcome to our, fourth? Maybe, I think it's fourth installment of What's the Real Deal radio show here on YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Hope you had a very productive and safe, fruitful week. It's Friday, y'all. Getting ready for the weekend. Make sure that everything has been taken care of during the week. Let's try to enjoy this weekend and be safe and prosperous and do all we can do to make this world, make this country, make your neighborhood, make your city, make your town a better place for all people. Let's get the social media out of the way. Excuse my French. Twitter, capital B, capital R, live on the mic. Instagram, Big Rich Live on the mic, _ between each word. The email address for this show is what's the real deal 68 at gmail.com. That's what's the real deal 68 at gmail.com. Hit us. Join us. Put something down at the bottom of the comments. Chop game up with us. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you don't like. Make sure that you do, if you enjoy this, make sure you like, subscribe, and share to see a social media platform. Each one teach one. That's what we try to roll. I've gotten, I stopped counting around 10, and that's just tweets. It wasn't, I can't even count how many emails I got asking my opinion about the two Patriots, Patriot players, and people who don't know, the Patriots, New England Patriots just won the Super Bowl. NFL players, two players, African-American players, Martellus Bennett, who's a wide receiver tight end, and LeGarrette Blount, who is the starting tailback or running back on the team, basically said that they was not going to the White House, as customary for the team that wins the NBA crown, the NHL crown, the World Series, the Super Bowl. And quoting them, Martellus Bennett put it in a tweet. It was from his verified account, and it says, "America was built on inclusiveness, not exclusiveness." And LeGarrette Blount basically was on the Rich Eisen show and basically said, "I don't feel welcome in that house. I'll just leave it at that." But the wild thing is, of the vitriol and the hatred that has come from a lot of white people. No, let me back that up. You can't say a lot, but more than a few, okay, that have taken this all the way live. Just the disconnect, the hatred, the vitriol, because you make a decision that affects only you, because you're not trying to step and fetch it and get along to get along. The fact of the matter is this. I ask people, if you knew that somebody, and let's just say it's not you, but you knew that somebody was discriminatory against another group, whether it's gays and lesbians, whether it's blacks, Hispanics, whether it's Asians, whether it's Native Americans, Italians, Irish, all of that type of stuff there. And you didn't go to not talk to the person, because remember, we talked about it's different. If you go on to talk to Trump, if you go on to talk to him and his people, and you have a platform and you're going down there to do something for other than yourself, I don't have any problem with you. When the Steve Harveys, the MLK, the third, Jim Brown and Ray Lewis and Kanye West and all of them rolled over to the tower, if you will, and to kiss the ring. I didn't have a problem with them going initially until I found out that they didn't do shit. Excuse my French. They didn't do anything. It was a photo op. They were played. And people need to quit doing that. Quit allowing yourself to be played. So that goes back to the Bennett and Blount decision not to go to the White House. Now, first of all, let's go back. A lot of people are bringing up the fact that Tom Brady, who is quote unquote the golden boy, and he's the quarterback, the face of the franchise, really. He didn't go to the White House a couple years back when they had won, and there's some, you don't know which outlet to believe, but basically the story is he felt that the press secretary at that time had dissed him basically, and he made the decision not to go. Nobody said anything about that. And if they did say something about it, they might say it was disappointing, this, that, and the third, but it wasn't never, oh, you hateful bastard, so you ungrateful or whatever. It was nothing like that. I read some of the tweets and emails and comments left on the internet by people in the dominant society is sickening. It really is. It is sickening. Like, you're not allowed to have your own opinion worth shit. If it has something to do, if it comes in direct collision with their own beliefs, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it at all. I talk to a lot of my Caucasian friends about racism and sexism and stuff like that. And they can understand it, but so far. Now, the females in the dominant society, a lot of them that are open-minded, they're in the workforce, they understand sexism. They understand, but even though sexism is still bad, it is nowhere near as insidious as racism, as the animus of one group against another group based solely on the color of their skin. The fact of the matter is, when you talk sexism, right? And again, I am not, we're off topic just for a few seconds. I am not trying to say that one is better than the other or worse than. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they're different and they run deeper. Sexism is bad, but sexism is about what? It's either I don't feel, not me. The male doesn't feel that a female is capable of doing a particular job, or the male wants to dominate the female in a sexual or physical way. Racism is insidious. Racism is, I can't stand you because of the color of your skin. I've never met you. I don't know anything about you, but the fact that you are different than me, I hate you. I fear you. I want you to leave. Okay? So let's just break that up. But we get back to that, just looking at, some of the texts, you ungrateful N-word, if you didn't, I'm paraphrasing, but if you didn't have this career, if you didn't play for the NFL, you'd be a drug dealer and thug. Just ignorance. Just stone ignorance. And it just, you can't even, how would I put this? You can't even try to reason with these type of people, because these type of people are so closed-minded. They think that, okay, I play in the NFL, I play in the NBA, I make millions of dollars, I make more money than you, so I should shut up and do what I'm told, basically. But then you ask these type of people, have you ever fought for something? You fought in the war, maybe. What about labor rights? Was you part of a union? Was you a union worker? Was you a construction worker? Some type of laborer where you guys had to fight for a new contract and stuff like that. Fight for promotions and stuff like that. But that's cool. That's cool for you to fight for that. But because you feel that I'm this rich person, I have people say that to me a lot on Twitter. It's like, okay, Rich, why you pissed off? You know what I'm saying? You're a veteran, you're retired, you own your own business, you have a MBA, from UCF, all of this type of stuff that they say, what is that? But then I asked him, I said, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? The fact of the matter is my people are being oppressed. And just because I made it, there are far fewer Richard Baileys and my accomplishments within the African-American community than there ever is for people who are robbing Peter and Paul. Robbing Peter and Paul. You follow what I'm saying? So you screw with one, you screw with all, and it is up to us. And I put myself in that position. Not that I'm any big or bad, or rich or anything like that. Nothing like that at all. But what I say, it is up to us to not only set an example, okay, but it is also up to us to fight for people who are marginalized, who look like us. They're out through the grace of God. If I didn't have a mom who and a grandmother and some uncles and stuff like that who came in my life later on to mold me, I might have been, maybe not in jail, but maybe I would have been, with some of my friends who've never been out of the tri-state area ever. I think the most south they've gone is like Virginia. I've been all over the world. That is not to toot my own horn. It's just the fact that I feel I was one of the lucky ones. Now, it wasn't given to me. I had to work my butt off, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes I had to work 2 and 3 times harder than my counterpart to achieve anything. And I still have to do that. But, those are the cards that you dealt. So you push forward with the cards that you're dealt. But what you're trying to do while you're pushing forward is you're trying to ascend. But while you ascending, you have to turn around and grab and grab 1 or 2 or 3 or 10 or 100, whatever you can. Some people like Oprah and people of her ilk can snatch thousands, hundreds of thousands. I might can snatch 10, 12, maybe. You know what I'm saying? So it is up to us. Now we go back to this here. I'm very proud. Now, I sort of figured that Martellus Bennett, like I'm not surprised with Martellus. Martellus and his brother are very outspoken. They're very much into the community. Not so much activists, if you will, but they are definitely have a heartbeat, have the pulse, if you will, of the community. And they speak up when things are wrong. And that's what it should. Now, Blount has been in the league, 1 or 2 years, maybe 3 years, something like that. And he's not really been this type of person, per se. So when he says it, to me, it magnifies more. Now, I was also talking to, some of the subscribers, and we were going back and forth on Twitter and stuff like that. What I'm really anxious to know is what's going to happen to the other black players, because the majority of that team, maybe majority of that team is African American, really. So what you ask yourself is, okay, well, what are you going to do? Are you going to go? What are you going to do? Because my thing is this, the one thing that destroys us as a people, and I'm talking about black people, is that we have no togetherness, if you will. None. There's an old saying, you can't get more than 3 black people to do shit together at one damn time without somebody acting a fool. And that's a damn shame. So the fact of the matter is, LeGarrette and Martellus, if they say they're not going, and the rest of the black players need to be like, well, we're not going either. Because one, you're not getting paid. So it's not like if I don't go, I'm going to miss a game check or they're going to fine me. It is something that's got started. I think it got started in the 20s, maybe the teens. And it started with baseball. And then as it moved forward and expanded, then you football, basketball, soccer, hockey, that type of stuff right there, right? But the fact of the matter is, you have to ask yourself, you got to be like, okay, am I a man up or I'm a bitch out? Am I going to go and shake this man and yass the balls and step and fetch it in front of this man who is a known racist, a petulant child a homogenous Neanderthal. Sorry, that's what he is. You know what I'm saying? And just because he hasn't said the N-word, what he was saying against Mexicans, whether they with us or not, what he was saying about Muslims, whether they're with us or not, is racist, is wrong, and it should not be coming from somebody in the position of the president of the United States, period. And I got a problem with it. Whether, like I said, Muslims rally for us or Mexicans and Hispanics rally for us or not, what's wrong is wrong and what's right is right. Okay, I know there's a lot of Hispanics, you know, a lot of white Cubans and stuff like that can't stand us. They think just like, you know, racist white people when it comes to black people. I understand that, but that doesn't mean that I'd be like, okay, well, I'm gonna let you do your own thing because you don't follow us. No. The fact of the matter is, if it's wrong for one, it should be wrong for all. And we need to start thinking outside the box. Start thinking outside of ourselves and how it works for you. I've had Caucasian friends and associates of me come and say, look, I've never been discriminated against. I don't know what that feels like. And the first thing I always say is, I thank you for telling me that. I thank you for realizing that, because unfortunately, a lot of people in the dominant society feel that they can tell you how you should feel when they have never been discriminated against, ever. You see people who are in, like Caucasian people who are in interracial marriage, especially when they are married to African American and Latin American people. They get a tinge of it. And a lot of them is just like shocked. Wow, it's how quick I'm being turned upon and that type of stuff. So in this type of thing, these same people, I can almost guarantee these same people that was calling Martellus and LeGarrette the N-word, ungratefulness, wish, you ain't shit, all of this type of, these are the same cats who were cheering for them all season. But until you stand up for something that they don't particularly like, when you stand up for something that makes them feel uncomfortable or makes the light shine on their hatefulness, they'll turn on you like a dime. Turn like a dime. So I'm very proud of these brothers. I really am. I mean, they're younger than me, so that's why I call them young brothers. I feel that a lot of people should follow them. Really and truly, I feel that every African American on that squad need to not go. And I also feel that the people who go, they need to be put on blast. They need to be ostracized. This is not something that you can necessarily be like, okay, well, I'm gonna go. Cause what are you going for? You said, I've never been to the White House and this, that, and the third. Okay, so what does that mean? What does that mean? So what you're saying is your 15 minutes of fame, something that you can sit around and say, well, I was in the White House, to your kids, but I bet you're not going to tell your kids you was in the White House with a known bigot, somebody who is endorsed by the Ku Klux Klan, somebody who is actively trying to remove white supremacists and white nationalist groups from the United States terrorist watch. These are the same people who bomb out churches, lynch people, run people in the ground, kill people, all this type of stuff there. These people, these are the ones who are in the lone wolf groups that go and they kill, 8, 9 kids, or they go and shoot up the post office and stuff like that. These are the type of groups. These are the types of people who he wants to remove from the terrorist group, the terrorist list. Excuse my French. So I feel very proud of them, and I feel that, like I said, them brothers that go to the White House should be put on blast. They should be made uncomfortable to walk among us, period. This is basically how it is. It's right and wrong. There's no, I'm going to do this, that, and third. If it's something where, okay, let's just say Trump is trying to have a summit. Let's just say that. He's trying to have a summit and he wants to bring in some African-American players and you know, either professional players or let's just say players in the community activists, and stuff like that. I say go all day long, all day long. This is not any of that. They're not going to have more than 5 minutes with this man. Period. Comes in, he shakes everybody's hands. They take a group picture. Then everybody goes out and lines up. Hear his crazy behind talk. They come down. Probably Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, because they're his boys. Robert Kraft. They give him a jersey, and they take pictures, and that's it. So again, why you going? Really? Again, why you going? So that's my say. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. See you next Friday on this show. Same bat time, same bat channel. Tomorrow, Big Rich Live on the mic, Saturday's edition. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we'll be answering some more of your calls, or we might switch it up a little bit. We'll see. And then remember, Monday, we got Big Rich movie review. I still don't know which movie it is because I might go to the movie and see Triple X. Or there's another one. I might see either one of those this weekend, so we'll see. So if I see one of them this weekend, that'll be it. If not, we'll just roll it back to some of your suggestions. So in the meantime, in between time, stay blessed, stay safe, stay woke. Peace. I'm out of here.